Hey guys, Dean of DVD, and this is a video response, sort of a video response. I got the idea for doing this from Collector of Stuff, all one word, Monty, who did a nice video on superhero stuff that he's got. Live action only, live actors, not animation. I've got another one I'll do for that at some point. But for right now, we'll stick with simply the live action stuff. So, where to start? I have a shitload of it. One of my favorite genres. It's in no particular order, but let me just begin. Picked this one up for a low price, and I still may want to get more of them. Though this was my favorite season of all of them for tons of reasons. And I'm talking about something I was really charged up for. I was less than thrilled with how this ended, but I was real charged up for how it began. I think it went downhill somewhere on the third season or so. I may have to get the first two, I think is what I want. Then it kind of digressed. I thought I had some good characters, but it just kind of went off the deep end. Maybe jumped the shark, as they say. I don't know. I'm talking about Heroes. This is season 1. I think I need season 2. And I can't think of the name of the bad guy. He's playing Spock now. I can't even think of the name of the actor. I'm just drawing a blank here. And I'm not sure I'm going to find it in here either. Maybe it'll occur to me as I'm looking through it. Yeah, his name just escapes me. And is he in the group here? He's not even in the group that they show. They just show the heroes. I guess that's natural. Well, he's not the hero. He was a cool character nonetheless on there, I thought. Anyway, Heroes Season 1. I'm going to get Season 2. I got to research a little bit. I think it's just Season 2 that I want. Whenever they killed off the bad guy, or apparently did, that's as far as I want to go with it, I think. It digressed and it got weird. And all right, where to go next? So let's go here. Batman. This is the digibook of the classic with Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton. Well, I thought it was a good Batman. I liked Michael Keaton as Batman. I liked his Bruce Wayne quite a bit, and I thought his Batman was good. I thought Nicholson did a good job as the Joker. I mean, he was suitably weird, deranged, but yet dangerous at the same time. He wouldn't be somebody you take for granted, and he proved that numerous times in that movie with some of the stuff he did. But great digibook, Batman. And these are, like I said, these are in no order. I've just grabbed them off the shelves. Will Smith and Hancock. Kind of an unusual superhero, to say the least, but a superhero nonetheless, right? He's kind of a reluctant superhero, doesn't want to be a superhero, just wants to drink and lament the fact he's the only one like himself in the world, and just doesn't really get into doing good, though he's kind of reluctantly doing it, and at the same time wrecking half the city. I liked Hancock. I thought it was an interesting film. Next, this is the Steelbook. I've got like 3 versions of this. I don't know how I got 3 versions of this, but this is the Steelbook, which I liked. I thought it hit a nice clean look, and we're talking about Marvel, the Avengers, the big A on the front, and then the shield on the back. Yeah, I liked it. Liked it quite a bit. The movie. I like this. This is embossed. I think a lot of people have seen this by now, but if you haven't, this is the Steelbook that was like a Best Buy exclusive maybe in this country. Another Steelbook. Nope, this doesn't belong in here. Neither does that. We'll go somewhere else. Not doing the animated ones. But this Steelbook's not animated. This is the... And I like all these, by the way. I know there's some... This is the Ang Lee Hulk. But I like all the Hulks that I've seen. So I know some people say, well, this one's better than the other one. I didn't like the one with so-and-so, but I like this one. And I like the other one. I have both. So this is the limited edition Steelbook, which got the Blu-ray and the DVD. And I liked, especially for a comic book, I think this is perfect. I got to put it in a case, though. Put these between these two so it doesn't get scratched when I put the next one on top of it. Well, it'll be alternate. That'll be better. Guardians of the Galaxy, great film. Some people say it's the best Marvel film. Look at that. Look at that rainbow. Look, that's cool. It was good. I'm not going to say it's better than the Avengers. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it. I saw it in the theater. I bought the Blu-ray. What else can I say? For my money, this might be a better picture than that. This had a lot of good moments in it. I thought a lot of epic kind of moments in it. And it's sharp-looking steelbook. Another one I got to get into some plastic. I don't know why I haven't yet. And that is Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Really enigmatic cover there. Really cool looking. Just perfect, actually. Perfect cover. And then anytime you can put Scarlett Johansson on a cover, you're doing something right. So she's on the back cover, and some other dudes are there too, I guess. But I really don't see anybody else but her there. She's lighted differently, if you notice. Someone knew what they were doing. Marketing 101 there. Look at the figure on her. Oh, my God. All right. Next, we'll stick with the steelbooks, I guess, since this one's covered. I have both the versions. I like the look of the steelbook. I liked the first movie better than the second one, but I was a big fan of the comic, so... and I'm a big fan of the character and what they're doing with the character. I just thought the plot on this one was a little bit, not what I was hoping for, but it had a couple good moments in it. I'm talking about Thor, The Dark World. This is a steelbook. I think it looks sharp. It's not glossy at all. It's embossed. Thor's embossed. The word Thor, I mean. Not the character Thor. But it's a cool looking cover, huh? Cape continues on the back cover. Yeah. Next, since it's also covered, I'll go with this one. Kind of in reverse order. I'm going to fix this bag here. That's good enough. As long as it's covered, I'm good. The Dark Knight Rises. I was a little disappointed in this, to be honest. I thought it was good. I thought Bane was okay. I mean, he wasn't as menacing as I might have hoped. That voice was kind of weird, but I guess effective. I mean, he was certainly different. It was okay. I mean, it was good. It's probably my least favorite of the trilogy. The next one, The Dark Knight Steelbook. I alternate between this one and the first one being my favorite. Of course, you've got the legendary performance here, and that alone, in the role of the Joker, that alone is probably worth the price of admission. But sadly Heath Ledger died. But what a brilliant performance as the Joker! Truly a different take on the Joker, and very effective. Next, I think this is my favorite overall in the trilogy for lots of reasons, and I'm talking about Batman Begins. I love origin stories, even though I know how it's going to go. I just thought they did this one really well, with Bruce Wayne leaving town and going off to be trained, and I like that whole part of it. Had an epic quality to it, I felt. And it was a great beginning, so I think this is my favorite. Like I said, I go between the first and the second one. Definitely one of those two, though, not the third one. Although nothing wrong with the third one, I just don't like it as much. And the other movie that I really like in the Batman saga, in fact, Batman and Robin gets a not a bad rap. Just a lot of people don't care for that movie. And same with what's the other one? Batman and Robin is the one that had George Clooney in it. That's the one that had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, right? Yeah. I don't mind that movie. I think Schwarzenegger was a good Mr. Freeze, actually. I kind of liked him in the role. And I thought Poison Ivy was okay, And I didn't mind the nipples. I know people, the nipples on the costume, that's terrible. It was all right. I mean, I wasn't overly offended when I first saw it. The one that I don't care for as much is one with Jim Carrey, just because I thought it was kind of goofy. But I don't remember the name of that one. Batman Forever, maybe? I lose track of the ones I don't care for. Anyway, the one I do like is the second one in the Batman, also with Michael Keaton. This is directed by Tim Burton. And of course, it's got Catwoman in it and the Penguin. Really like this one. Love the gothic nature of Gotham City. I just thought they did the town really well. It had just an ambiance to it. Gotham City really was just the way it should be, I think, in this film. And in the first one, too. But I think even more so in this one, it had that feeling of like it wasn't one of our cities. Like it's a city, but not one that you've ever seen before. But yet not that far out of the realm of possibility. It looked like something out of the 40s to me. But yet, not so much. Yeah, hard to explain. Let's stick with the Steelbook since it's covered again. One of my least favorite superhero movies, and I commented on this on Monty's video, is the Green Lantern. This is the Steelbook. This is the Blu-ray size Steelbook. I had to check. I should have known just by looking at it. They came out with a DVD size Steelbook, and they came out with a Blu-ray size Steelbook. The Blu-ray one, to me, is the one to get, although neither one was really good. It had promise. It really did. They'll probably never make a sequel because I'm sure it bombed, but I didn't think Ryan Reynolds made a bad Green Lantern. I thought the origin story was pretty good, and then it just like lost it halfway. The whole Sinestro thing, and I don't know, it just got really weird for me, and I really didn't care for it at a certain point. But man, it could have been good. It really could have been good. I mean, Green Lantern's a kind of a cool hero, and he can do anything with that ring. And this is the time of, you know, in movie making, this is the time where you can do something like Green Lantern on the big screen because you can do anything. I mean, the CGI allows you to make anything happen. I got my own problems with CGI, but for as far as something like that, you can make it look like what it should look like. The other Captain America movie, the first Avenger, I liked it. Of course, it had that World War II feel with the Red Skull, which of course is Captain America's big enemy, major enemy, I guess you'd say. Behind most of the dastardly things that's ever happened to Captain America is the Red Skull. Somehow the guys managed to live as long as Captain America, and Captain America had to get frozen in ice to live as long as he did. But somehow the Red Skull keeps showing up. I can't remember in the comics how that happened. But anyway, good movie, good origin story. Liked it. Not my favorite, but I liked it. Here's a movie that I was iffy on, still iffy on. Parts of it I liked. I guess I just didn't like the ending an awful lot. And that's Iron Man 3. I think, you know, to me the Mandarin is a big character in the Iron Man lore. One of his biggest enemies is the Mandarin. And for them to cheap out on this, I'm assuming everybody's seen it by now. Spoiler alert if you haven't. You know, why they have the guy pretending to be the Mandarin. And I'm not even sure if that was true in the end. I guess that after the credits, we wonder, you know, is he really the Mandarin? He was pretending not to be the Mandarin, though he was the Mandarin. I don't know. It just seems like even though Iron Man came in there, the real Mandarin would have had something up his sleeve, even if that were true. But you can't go wrong with Gwyneth Paltrow in a movie. And Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark and is Iron Man. So I think he's signed on to play that role hopefully forever. I know Hugh Jackman is for Wolverine. Or I think he wants to be. Next up is a really good movie. This is I got the Steelbook for like $10. I had to do it even though I have the DVD someplace. Here's the Blu-ray, the director's cut. Love the comic. Also love the movie. Watchmen, the director's cut. Long movie. How long are we talking? Well, if I could find it on the disc, I'd tell you 186 minutes. So we're talking about 3 hours here of Watchmen. Great movie, though. Really is. Rorschach, what a classic character. You know, Dr. Manhattan, just kind of a, you know, weird, and the whole thing was well done, I thought. One of my favorite superhero movies, and it stayed pretty close to the book, I thought, or to the comic, I mean. This may be my favorite superhero movie of all, for tons of reasons. Really liked it. Really liked the Steelbook that I have, and I'm talking about Days of Future Past. Really cool looking Blu-ray. Sentinel on the back. I was worried how they were going to do the Sentinels. In the comics, of course, they start out, they're just robots. They start out as big robots. Giant robots, actually. And over time, they develop into more sort of like what this is, but they never were this powerful. That I recall anyway in the comics. These guys were super powerful. Of course, it was in the future, so I guess that was part of the deal. But great movie. Love Days of Future Past. It incorporated the two casts, which I thought was really brilliant. And I hope they do it again. I mean, I hope they bring back the old cast, because to me, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. and Patrick Stewart is Professor X. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's see what's up next here. What do I got? We'll go through a couple of these together. Okay, so these two will go together. When I was a kid, they had these in syndication. We used to visit my relatives in Pennsylvania. And at the time, when I was a kid, we only got 3 channels on my TV, because my parents, you know, we had 5 kids. We didn't go out and get cable. But they had cable at my great aunts and uncle's house. So whenever we visited, I could get all sorts of shit on TV. And one of the things I always looked forward to was this when I was a kid. And to this day, that's why I bought it. I still enjoy it quite a bit. And that is The Adventures of Superman. And for my money, you can talk all you want about Christopher Reeve. George Reeves is Superman. This is Superman. I don't know why, but somehow when I look at this guy, well, I'll show you the next one. And this got special features on it, by the way. 26 episodes, black and white, which is how I remember much of the Superman story being. And this one I picked up. This is the complete 3rd and 4th seasons in full color. I think it had 5 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. This one does have Noel Neill as Lois Lane. This one did not. This one had Phyllis Coates, who was also good as Lois Lane, but Noel Neill to me was Lois Lane. So these are in color, and you know, the suit is just so cool in color. But somehow, the same guy, I mean, he just looked different to me. Maybe when I was a kid, I got fooled, but he still looks different to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I can see it's the same guy. Don't get me wrong. But somehow, when he was Clark Kent, he was, you know, those glasses were fooling a kid. Yeah, Superman, great TV show. Happy to have that. Now, here's one that's a little different. This is from M. Night Shyamalan. I don't always like a lot of stuff he did, but I really like this movie. The essence of comic book, in a lot of ways, is this movie. And, man, the first time I saw it, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I didn't know a lot about it. But I really liked it, and that's Unbreakable. I have it on DVD. I like the box that it's in. With the pull-out sleeve here. Samuel L. Jackson's brilliant in it. And so's Bruce Willis. I thought it was a great role for Bruce Willis. You know, the guy's in denial through a lot of the movie. And his son is you know, believing. Again, there's some spoilers here. But this movie's so old, I can't believe people haven't seen it. But I'm not going to spoil it, I guess, if people haven't seen it totally. All I'll just say is the son believes all through it. It takes Bruce Willis a while to believe. All I'll say is this. The movie starts out with Bruce Willis in a train wreck, and he's the sole survivor in the train wreck. And Samuel L. Jackson has a fascination with that and with him. And Samuel L. Jackson owns a comic book store. I guess that's enough of that. Iron Man, the first one, still the best one. Great beginning for the trilogy of Iron Man, and hopefully they're going to have some more. And he's great in the Avengers movies too, I think. Here's the other. I haven't opened this one yet. I've seen this one though. I haven't just opened the Blu-ray yet. And that's true for. You're going to see a few things I haven't opened yet. Everything so far I've opened and watched. This is the first one I haven't opened, but I have seen it. But not the extras. This is the other version of the Hulk. And I think people like this one better with Edward Norton in it and Liv Tyler. I don't. I think I like the Ang Lee one better. Go figure. To each their own. I know that the Abomination was a good person for him to fight, but I kind of like the whole plot of the other one with Ang Lee, where it's just the army. You know, and the army's going after this guy, and I thought it was good. Anyway, Iron Man 2, good, but not as good as the first one. I like the villain in Iron Man 2, but I don't know. It just wasn't as good for me as the first one. but it was good. Mickey Rourke played a decent Whiplash, but that's not what I remember Whiplash being. So I would have to say this is a good but not great movie, in my opinion. Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. This is the one that adds all the stuff in that was supposed to be there. I liked all the Superman movies. You know, I'm a sucker for superhero movies. Put one on, I'll watch it. I even liked the one, what's it called? Quest for Peace. The only one I didn't care for was, I think it was 3. Yeah, I think it was 3. The one with Richard Pryor. I just thought that was goofy. But I didn't mind the guy with the fingernails that dug into him. And you know, I didn't mind that one. But this one's still my second favorite. A lot of people like this one the best. I like it second best. For me, the best one is the original one, Superman the movie. When this movie came out, and Christopher Reeve, donned the tights and flew. What they said was, the promo for it was, "You'll believe a man can fly," and darn it, it was the first time that was done well on film, and it was amazing. And there was no CGI either. It was all well, it had green screen, I guess, and stuff, but it was not CGI. It was great stuff. Big movie cast. Still Gene Hackman, is still a great villain. Margot Kidder, with all the problems I have with Margot Kidder, and she's supposedly hard to work with and stuff, she was a good Lois Lane. Whiny, but a good Lois Lane nonetheless. Here's one I picked up for like $2. I couldn't believe I picked it up for $2 at a pawn shop. And it does not smell of smoke. A lot of times pawn shop stuff you got to watch. This is the gift set for Spider-Man 2 on DVD. And because I like the DVD set so much, I never bothered to buy the Blu-ray. This is the original Spider-Man 2. A lot of good stuff in this. This is the one with Dr. Octopus in it. And wasn't that a good movie, folks? Better than 3. 3 was not good for me. A lot of extras in this stuff. Collectible portfolio with a lot of pictures in it and just extra stuff. Came with a comic book, little comic book here. So all this stuff was in this. Really like it. And Ebert and Roper gave it 2 thumbs up. So I really like this one. I'm planning on holding on to that one. Another one that I have that's this is the complete story. And I don't plan on selling this one either. This is the DVD, not the Blu-ray. But it's really cool, and so I'm keeping it. It's The Watchmen, the ultimate cut. Complete story. Like the fold out here. Like the look of that. Really kind of cool. So, the Blu-ray's obviously better watch, but like it anyway. All 3 of these movies get a bad rap, in my opinion. I don't mind them. I don't mind any of them, actually. I'm talking about Fantastic Four, Daredevil, the Director's Cut, and the Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. I don't mind any of these movies. If they're on, I will watch them. None of them make me cringe. I don't think any of the characters were bad. I think Johnny Storm makes a better Captain America but I thought he was a good Johnny Storm. I can't argue with Jessica Alba in anything. And I didn't think Ione Gruffud, I've seen him on some other stuff after this, by the way, but I didn't think he was bad as Mr. Fantastic. And I didn't think the Thing was bad. I didn't think any of them were that bad. So anyway, I was happy to pick this up for pretty cheap and get all 3 of them out. And all 3 of them are rewatchable for me. Again, being a fan of this type of genre. Loved this movie. Thor. Liked what they did with it. Liked him on Earth without his powers, because that follows a plot that was in the comics. It's called Spectacular by USA Today, for whatever that's worth. And I think Chris Hemsworth is a great Thor. I can't argue with the casting of any of the characters in this one. I think they're all brilliant. From Heimdall on the bridge, to Odin, to Loki, to Sif. They're all brilliant. To Jane. They're all great casting. Can't argue with any of it. Can't imagine anybody else in the roles. Really like this movie, Thor. Wish I would have had the Steelbook, but good luck getting that. The Amazing Spider-Man in 3D. This is the... yeah, this is the first one with Andrew Garfield. I don't mind him as Spider-Man. I mean, I don't like him. I think they could have done better. But I got this one for the same price as would have been the regular. I just thought the 3D cover was cool. I sold the 3D for like $15, the disc. Because I don't have a 3D player. Don't plan on having one. But I just thought the cover was really neat looking. Another really good movie where they introduced a new group of X-Men. And that's X-Men First Class. Liked it. Thought it was well done. And then the classic version of the X-Men. The trilogy. I don't even mind The Last Stand. It had some moments for me. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that they killed off Cyclops and Professor X. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. But I can't imagine you haven't seen this movie by now. And if you're a comic book fan, I'm assuming that's part of why people are going to watch this one. I'm sure you've already seen this one. But the first one is still my favorite of all the X-Men movies, with the exception of that Days of Future Past. They have both casts. But for the original cast, this is my favorite. Anything that introduces things seems to be my favorite, I guess, when I'm talking about comic book stuff. But really glad I got the trilogy. I got it for a good price, so I'm really happy for that. Another movie I liked and a lot of people had a problem with, I'll say this, the first half was better than the second half. But what a wonderful CGI world they created in this one. And this is the Digibook. Let me say it was a Target exclusive. But I'm talking about The Man of Steel. Great stuff there. And I liked this. I actually liked Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't know, a lot of people have problems with that, I guess. I liked it. Yeah. I thought Russell Crowe was good. Yeah. Good movie. Next, I may be missing some. Just trying to think if there's any more that I'm missing here. That may be. Next up is, I like this box, but it doesn't like to stay closed. I had to return the first one because it wouldn't stay closed at all. This one's better. This one I think is another one that to me got a bum rap. I like this movie, but to each their own, I guess. It's a 4-disc version. I'm talking about the Wolverine. I liked it. I don't know how. So I don't understand what people's problems are with it. I guess I look past certain things when I watch this. I enjoy it for what it is. It's total escapism. All these movies are for me. And this has got 4 discs and a wonderful set of cards that you can kind of lay out. And it's got a lot of stuff.